we played well for 40 minutes, and that's what I told the guys before the game. I said, we've played well in our first 2 games in stretches, 26 minutes, 28 minutes, but we haven't put together a complete 40-minute game yet. That's what I wanted to see. And, besides that, we harped on 2 things before the game: defensive rebounding and taking care of the ball. And, we had out-rebounded them by 9 and only had 8 turnovers to 18 assists. So, our guys responded. They bounced back. Very, very proud of the way that they played tonight. We mixed it up defensively, obviously, more than we have all year. I thought for the first time out, I thought our zone was very, very effective. Obviously, with our first 5, they were more familiar with it, but even our younger guys came in and did some good things. So, overall a good night, and it'll make Thanksgiving a lot better moving forward. So,
Why was the defense so much better, you think? What was?
I just think it was our mindset. We looked at a game where we wanted to play a little bit more zone against Omaha. We just, for whatever reason, probably my fault, we just didn't get a chance to do it. And we hadn't worked on it a ton of practice. We spent a lot of time on it the last couple of days, and just mixing it up. Just what we've always done here, even dating back to when I played. Just a little bit of zone, a little bit of man, press, just throw it in there, and it's effective. But I think what it really eliminated was what we struggled with against Omaha and George Mason, is one-on-one out from the top of the key, getting beat off the bounce. And I thought our guys did a very good job, and they showed some toughness on the backboard tonight. The first 2 plays of the game, I think they got an offensive rebound, and I told them in the timeout, I said, look, we're not having that anymore, and they responded and did a great job. Even if you can get Dang with 7 and VJ with 8 was incredible, and then Jordan comes in, gets 8, Dwayne gets 6. You get those rebounds from your guards, that helps immensely.
How do you feel about the play of Jordan Ward these past 3 games? So the freshman's really stepping up the same.
He has. The biggest, it shouldn't be a surprise, but the most pleasing thing to me about him is we know he can shoot, but he's really dedicated himself the last couple of weeks to doing more than that. He's mixing it up. He's getting in there rebounding. He's trying to defend much harder, and he is. He had a couple silly fouls where he just reached, but he's trying to do more than just shoot, and he sees that if you do that, it'll get you more time on the floor. So for him to come in and get 8 rebounds, it was just critical. And our guards just did a great job of rebounding, and the most pleasing thing to me from a team standpoint, it was a team rebounding effort. It wasn't one guy with 14. It was everybody got in there and mixed it up.
It seemed like early on, the last couple of games, the offensive execution has been a bit sluggish to start. Is that something where you just have to motivate the guys, or do you look at maybe getting some of the younger guys in earlier to kind of motivate those guys?
A lot of it, you got to give credit to the teams we played. They've packed it in. They've kind of tried to take away our post game, take away the paint, make us, kick it out for jump shots, and we just missed some. Q missed. He was, 1 for 4 from 3, but all 4 of his were great looks. If you guys came and saw us shoot the ball in practice, you'd be blown away at how well we shoot it with everybody. We got to continue to just take good shots. That's the biggest thing. Just take good shots and they'll fall. So, just playing unselfishly, continue to share the ball, and they'll fall over time.
When you know that your team can shoot in practice, but they start the game with 14 out of 15 misses, what do you say to them in the huddle? Do you say anything?
Don't worry about it. Just keep getting stops, because there's going to be plenty of times where we're going to have games like that on the road. We don't shoot the ball well, but it's all about defense. Defense has been the staple of this program for a long time, and it's great to see, and it's not surprising because our first 5 have been here, but they're not letting their offense affect their defense. They're continuing to defend and rebound, and I just keep telling them, look, knock on wood, for whatever reason, just in the second half in this building, we shoot the ball better in front of our bench, and I'm not sure why. There's probably no reason for it, but I just said at halftime, look, just keep getting good shots, they'll fall, but just keep defending and rebounding.
David, can you talk about how well your freshmen played? They totaled 41 points tonight. So early in the year. Just talk about their growth.
I give him credit because, even a kid like Lance, who obviously hasn't played up to this point, didn't hang his head, came in, knocked down a couple shots. His first one right there on the baseline was hit nothing but net. For a kid to come in who hasn't played in 2 games, to do that shows a lot. And, they're rebounding. They just want to learn. They want to learn what they have to do to play and what they can do to earn playing time. And they're always coming into the assistant coach's offices asking them, can we watch film? What do I need to do? And it's really paying off for them. But it's no surprise because they're great kids and they're competitive, but they want to learn what it takes.
You thought about running some screen game for Lance Thomas, get him some more through?
Well, I told him after the game, I said, man, I guess if we don't want our 3-point percentage as a team to be in the 30s, like maybe we should play Lance and Jacob a lot more, because they were 3 for 3, I believe. Or no, Lance 3 for 4. 4 for 5, if I could add. 1 for 2, and Jacob was 2 for 2. Okay, so 3 for 4. But, that's just the way those guys shoot the ball in practice. I joke all the time, Honest is not a 3-point shooter, and I know Ray didn't look like one tonight with his in the second half, but our guys shoot the ball really, really well. I mean, we work on it a lot, and it's just continue to repeat it. And the most important thing is just take good shots. If we take good shots, law of averages will make some overtime.
Do the freshmen play together a lot in practice? Because the last 7 or 8 minutes or so, they were on the floor together and looked really.
Yeah, the first couple weeks, I'd say the first 3 or 4 weeks, we mixed it up as much as we could just to keep it competitive. Once we kind of got into the exhibition games around Bellarmine, we started to kind of separate them, say have the first 5 against the freshmen. And there were days where, they'd get their butt kicked pretty good, but they wouldn't quit. There was a stretch, I think it was on Sunday, where they struggled for about 15, 20 minutes. And I think Greg or RJ huddled them up, and then all of a sudden, they kind of went on a run against the starters, and that's just how they are. They're very resilient, and it's good for them to be like that a lot in practice because it makes them better. To play against guys who are experienced, it only makes you better, and I think it's starting to pay off for us.
There doesn't seem to be any game, I don't know what the word is, intimidation or anything with these guys. They come out and they deliver whatever they get.
They do. I don't know. I guess they're just not fearless, or they just really. I think they just really enjoy playing. As a freshman, you've never played in an environment like this before, and so once you experience it a couple of times, I think you really look forward to it and appreciate it. And I think they just get excited for game days, and they just come in and they have no fear. They come in and they do what they do. They do what we want them to do, and they seem to not be afraid of the spotlight. Now, obviously, we haven't traveled yet, not to get ahead, but I'm sure next Tuesday will be an eye-opening experience for the young guys. But so far that they've been good when we've put them in. They've given us great minutes.
Speaking specifically to Dwayne Sutton, what have you seen from him from his transfer year to this year? He's knocking down jump shots, getting block shots, rebounds. He seems to be doing a little bit of everything.
Dwayne's doing exactly what I knew he would do. We can put him in. He can play the 2, the 3, the 4. I mean, he probably could even play 5 if we needed him to in a pinch. He plays every possession as hard as he possibly can. He's not afraid to get in there. He's a tough kid. He's strong. He gets in there and rebounds. He had 6 tonight, had 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. And it was great to see him knock down a couple shots, because sometimes if you miss a couple, you lose your confidence. But he's really worked hard to improve his jump shot, and he just is. I hate to call him like a utility player, but he's just someone you can put in at almost any position, and he'll do something positive for you.
David, what sort of things can you learn from those slow, grind them out, rock fight paths?
Well, we're gonna have a lot of games like this. A lot of teams we play in league, a lot of teams we play coming up, they're gonna play like this, and it's just that's how it's gonna have to be. And it's good for us to be in those positions and learn, and not, like I said over and over and over, not let our offense affect our defense. We got to continue to guard, we got to rebound, and eventually, our offense will start to click. And it's a lot of teams we play, and a lot of teams we have played, almost all of them, they're just packing it in. But as long as we can, like I said, as long as we continue to take good shots and defend, then I think we'll be okay.
You got Perry at seven assists here. It looked like he could hand him out when he wanted to. So.
Yeah, I mean, the most pleasing thing to me was Darius at the end of the game. His goal was to try to get assists for other people. Sometimes if you're on a fast break, you can go lay it in and try to score yourself, but he wanted to find people. And, he probably does as good a job as anybody of getting in the lane because he's so quick and fast. And then, he's got a pretty good feel for how to find guys. We kept harping all weekend in practice, just be strong with the ball, be strong with the ball. And, not only Darius, but everybody else tonight did a good job when they got in the lane, just being strong with the ball and not turning it over.
David, you've been here long enough now to know that fans don't always handle uneven performances very well, and if you had 2 in a row, was there any pressure, you think, on you guys to put in a really thorough, complete performance tonight? Not
from us. Look, we were 2-0 heading to this game. That's the only thing that mattered. The only stat that matters is the final score. And so, we wanted to come out and play well for 40 minutes. I feel like we did that for the most part, and we just wanted to take it one game at a time and just hopefully continue to try to put wins in the left-hand column.
Anything else? Great,
Thank you.
thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.